วัสดีคุณผู้ชมทุกท่านนะครับพบกับผมนายเลดปุ๊บอีกเช่นเคยนะครับในคลิปนี้เราจะมาแปลบทสนทนาของตัวละครในเกมเอเดนไฟทีมอีลีทอีกเช่นเคยนะครับซึ่งจะเป็นตัวละครตัวไหนก็ไว้มาดูกันเลยนะครับและตัวละครที่เราจะมาแปลบทสนทนาและข้อมูลอินเทลในครั้งนี้คือร้อยตีโคครับซึ่งก็คือเธอคนนี้นี่เองแหละครับเป็นนักบินลำเลียงคนปากตลาดขี้วีนไม่เผาผีใครโดยข้อมูลอินเทลที่เกี่ยวข้องกับร้อยตีโคนั้นจะเกี่ยวข้องกับเรื่องของยานบินล้วนๆครับก็สมกับที่เป็นนักบินมือเก่าประจำกองพลของนาวิกโยธินไปเลยนะครับโดยทั่วไปแล้วหน้าที่ของโคก็คือการพาตัวละครของเราไปส่งที่จุดทำภารกิจนะครับรวมไปถึงการให้การสนับสนุนทั้งจุดถอนตัวและกำลังเสริมทางอากาศในบางจังหวัดด้วยแล้วก็พูดมาแล้วก็เสียเวลากันไปเป็นพอสมควรแล้วล่ะครับหลังจากนี้เราไปรับฟังแล้วก็รับชมกันเลยดีกว่าครับในส่วนของตรงนี้นะครับผมนายเลดวูฟก็จะขอลาคุณผู้ชมทุกท่านนะตรงนี้ไปก่อนเลยนะครับใครชอบก็อย่าลืมกดถูกใจแล้วก็กดติดตามให้กำลังใจกันด้วยนะครับไว้พบกันใหม่ในคลิปหน้านะครับสำหรับคลิปนี้สวัสดีครับ
Yes, I've seen the commissioning plaque. The Tianjin-class assault ships were designed to enforce the Colonial Protection Act. The first came off the lines in '93. In theory, we can patrol independently. A Marine battalion and a dropship squadron can handle any problem on the ground. And we've got Park's fabricators. We can make whatever ammo, parts, and weapons we need. The old Conestoga and Bougainville transports had to restock at logistical flotillas. If the UPP gets restless, things change. Endeavor's a transport. We've got kinetics and nukes for planetary bombardment, and enough Dews and ASATs to roast pirates and mercs. But a real warship or a squadron of strike bombers would shred this beast into confetti. I hate our squadron name. When I flew interceptors, the squadrons had decent names. Predators, gunslingers. Cracked Rooks is like, oh, I dropped my chess set. The UD-9C carries enough ordnance to take out a town, and it'll keep flying with half its ass blown off. But a Condor's not going to survive turns and burns against a real interceptor. In Atmo, all it can do is go in one direction real fast. Your best defense against OPFOR air superiority is to punch the throttle to the firewall, crank the ECM, and kiss your ass goodbye. Zero G's marginally better. The RCT blocks are placed wider than the old Cheyennes and Mohawks. Maneuvers real tight. I bet I could fly this piece of crap through any shipwreck you want without nicking the paint. That headgear is traditional for Weyland-Yutani interface pilots, going back to the deep-range exocolony missions a century ago. I'm going to assume the synth pilot wasn't wearing it. Personally, I wouldn't get near the cockpit of those things. Dropships can't maneuver for shit, but those Weyland shuttles are just fancy bricks. All you can do is aim them at the ground and hope the retros stop you before you bounce off. You know they weren't even designed for what they do. Sanriku Heavy Industries markets the D-Series light-duty interface craft as an SSTO with re-entry capability, but the original model was designed to work purely in Atmo, using ground effect. Did it stop them from selling it as a shuttle? Of course not. Sanriku is a division of Weyland-Yutani after all. The synths used a flute to start up the alien ship? A flute. Alright, fine. Makes as much sense as a 4,000-year-old ship with nerves and organs. I can't even tell what direction it's supposed to fly in. Maybe it doesn't matter. The public address was talking about paragravity drive. We have artificial gravity, right? Scale up that tech, perfect it. You can use it to counter gravity. Float over a planet like you're in zero G. Or project a gravity well in front of your ship and just fall into it. If the engineers who made those ruins have that kind of technology, I don't know how we'd fight them. Say one of those shows up over Earth, loaded with pathogen. How do we fight something that could throw a singularity at us? What did you find over there? Parliamentary solicitude. This has to be from the Three-World Empire. Whoever Weyland-Yutani had running security on Katanga must have been lining up their next contract. The 3WE has a smaller military than they need. Every year, the Solar Parliament says they're going to expand recruitment. Every year, it gets tied up in committees. And every year, they end up paying twice as much for private military contractors from Weyland-Yutani. They love bureaucracy over there. You blend the UK, Japan, and Europe, mix in technocrats from Titan and executives from Mars, About all they have in common is love of paperwork.